Hello YouTube, we're Anime Kate, and this is all 4 seasons of Game of Thrones in one song. There's a wall, a few asshole families, and one very uncomfortable chair. Lord Stark sitting pretty, he rules Winterfell, with 5 kids, 6 wolves, and a bastard as well. The king comes to visit, Ned, I need a hand. The crown's in this shit, I know you'll understand. We're deeply in debt and my wife is a bitch. My son is a monster, I wish we could switch. The bitchy wife is banging her brother. They both hate the dwarf who killed their mother. Brad Stark climbs the tower and he sees it all, and he soon has his own long winterfall. Ned goes to King's Landing, bastards everywhere. Prince Joffrey should not have blonde hair. There's bastard Jon Snow, who's awesomely cool, but the crows of the Night's Watch, they think he's a tool. Meanwhile, across the Iron Sea, Daenerys Targaryen's a Khaleesi. Eats a horse heart, has sex on the beach, but Big Bro's crown is out of reach. Robert goes hunting and winds up dead. Ned does the right thing, but he loses his head. Robb Stark raises banners, the realm is at war. 3 dragons are born and we don't know what for. Zombies are coming and nobody cares. Everyone at the wall just stands there and stares. Game of Thrones, it's on HBO. It's always been our favorite show. Treachery, incest, murder and treason. Now we're on the 2nd season. Tyrion's becoming the hand of the king. He lays down the law in King's Landing. Joffrey's a mad king who loves killing whores. His uncle is captured while Gramps is at war. Arya's in Harrenhal dressed as a boy. Tywin arrives and sees through her ploy. From a faceless assassin she curries some favors. She gets 3 men killed, a fact that she savors. Stannis meanwhile leaves old gods behind, and now a red witch is controlling his mind. He knocks up Melisandre with a weird shadow baby who's born in a cave and sent to kill Renly. He says to Sir Davos, build me a navy, and Sir Davos says, dude, are you fucking crazy? Against all odds, Sir Davos is great and hires him an army to help seal their fate. Robb Stark's at war and he's broken his vow. Married for love and he started a row. With the frayed support he so desperately needed, lost when his mother's words went unheeded. He told his friend Theon, go home to daddy, get me some soldiers and prove you're no baddie. Balon hates Theon for literally no reason, so Theon thinks, fuck it, I'll just commit treason. He's raiding a village, it's going so well, so Theon thinks, fuck it, I'll take Winterfell. He's winning the battle, buzzing off endorphins, so Theon thinks, fuck it, I'll kill me some orphans. Jon Snow ranges behind the wall, comrades and foes, he'll kill them all. Dany is silly, gets captured by wizards, but never you fear, she's got fire-breathing lizards. Heading up north for one final note, Brienne and Jaime are sat in a boat, bound for King's Landing on Catelyn's orders, hoping to get back both of her daughters. Back at the capital, the battle's begun. Joffrey is hiding behind his mum. Stannis brings navies and righteous ire. Tyrion douses it with alchemical fire. The Lannisters' army so nearly defeated, but victory leaves Joffrey far more conceited. Do the Tyrells know what they have done? They've ruined our lives for another season. Game of Thrones, it's on HBO. It's always been our favorite show. Mad gods, foul heroes, and stories of war, and a king who's a turd. Now it's the time for a season that's 3rd. Now let's continue, we're on season 3, where we're joined by that small boy from Love Actually. He, Bran and his sister have Hodor's protection, but still wander endlessly without direction. Jaime and Brienne get captured by Locke, who doesn't like Jaime so gives him the chop. It's only his hand, so please don't despair. He gets set free and Brienne fights a bear. It's all fun and games with sex and hot springs, Jon Snow, regret and other wildlings. Sam shouts out, Jon, where's that help you'll bring us? But Jon's with regret giving great hugs. Cunnilingus. In the desert, Daenerys just loves freeing slaves to add to her army of unsullied babes. Sir Barristan offers to help win the throne, Ser Jorah can only rule in the friend zone. In King's Landing, poor Cersei's taken to wine. She's banging her cousin just to waste time. Jaime returns, but his arm's looking shoddy, so she turns him down flat over Joffrey's dead body. Speaking of Joffrey, he's mad about girls. He shoots them with crossbows and flirts with Tyrells. Marjorie's sights are set on the crown. With grandma behind her, you can't keep her down. But that's not the only romance in court. She's mad 'cause Tyrion's coming up short. She can't be his wife to stay by his side. She's Sansa's maid who's forced to play bride. Theon's a hostage being beaten and tortured. Ramsay chops off his dick and that's pretty awkward. Unable to find the respect that he seeks, poor Theon thinks, fuck it, I'll just become Reek. And now the Red Wedding, what more can we say? All of our loved ones destroyed in a day. The Starks are in ruins, their armies have scattered. And all because Robb thought that love really mattered. His mother's been slaughtered, his wife has been gutted, and there's a high chance that his head's been shot-putted. We finally see that this game can be hard, especially when Lannisters send their regards. Game of Thrones, it's on HBO. It's always been our favorite show, with plenty of zombies, snow and war. Now it's time for season 4. King's Landing is back and Joffrey's in charge. There's a cake full of dwarves and he's marrying Marge. There's Tyrell's one Stark and a crown prince of Dawn, who looks on proceedings with eyes full of scorn. The day's in full flow and the groom's feeling cocky, but for Marjorie Tyrell, it's second time lucky. Joffrey's been poisoned, he's blue in the face, and Sansa has scarpered right out of this place to a boat with Lord Baelish, who's acting all rapey. But he's married a lady who breastfeeds her baby, who looks about 12 and is Lord of the Eyrie. Till full of despair she jumps, that's the theory. Beyond the wall, the Night Watch has gone feral. Craster's wife, daughters are in serious peril. Bran's captured but saved by a well-chosen walk, while Jon kills the lot and heads back to the wall. Daenerys is sorting out armies and boats. The slaves that she's freed only care about goats. Her dragons and growing are getting unwieldy, but plenty of suitors are swearing her fealty. Cersei thinks Tyrion murdered her son. Back in King's Landing, the trial has begun. He gives a great speech, but it won't save the day, because of all things, he forgot about Shay. He wants trial by combat, he's destined to die, until Prince Martell says, I'll give it a try. But Dawn's pissing about, you killed my sister! So the mountain rolls over, pops his head like a blister. Theon's now reeking, he misses his penis. His sis tries to save him, says, quick, they've not seen us. But Ramsay turns up and scuppers our plan. He says, Theon's my dog, he's no longer a man. And Mirian thinks heat up, shit gets serious. Jorah's a traitor and Dany is furious. Her advisor is gone and she's hard to console. And meanwhile her dragons are out of control. Tyrion escapes, he's vengeful and bitter. He's strangling Shay, kills his dad on the shitter. Now he's on a boat and he's headed for Braavos, where the faceless men live, Valar Morghulis. Stannis meanwhile is being quite dull. He's burning his mates and the coffers aren't full. He's been to the bank and he's got a loan. He's landed up north, he's come for the throne. The Castle Black siege has already ended. Against cannibal bald men, they're barely defended. Jon learns the hard way, it's crows before hoes. Ygritte dies in his arms, you know nothing, Jon Snow. And finally Bran gets a story worth telling. There's weird little elf kids with a tree dwelling. Poor Jojen dies, but they still don't tire, 'cause elves saved them with great balls of fire. He can't use his legs, but he'll learn sorcery, but not from that kid in Nanny McPhee. Arya leaves Brienne and the Hound to their fate. She's heading for Braavos, where assassins wait. Game of Thrones, it's on HBO. It's always been our favorite show. Bad weddings, beheadings, and fun in the snow. Treachery, retchery, and a queen who's a hoe. Winter is coming, Tyrion's still alive. Now it's time for season 5. Winter is coming.
Subscribe.